Welcome back to the second hour of our program. Nick Gillespie on the line with us from Reason Magazine, reason.com. He's the editor-in-chief over there. Hey, Nick, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
Great to have you back. Forget Romney. We should be concerned that 49% of households get government money. Are you talking about the billions that we give to the oil industry?
That's a problem. That tends not to come to households. But as a libertarian, a small L libertarian, I'm not fond of the government giving money to anybody. But in a piece a couple of weeks ago, I talked about the fact that about 49% or about half of American households get direct cash payments from the government. And I do think that that's problematic because in that are a lot of people who don't need that money. These are people who are well into the upper middle class or the wealthy class, and they shouldn't be getting.
You're talking about retired people who are on Social Security or Medicaid who also have high wealth or high income.
Let's say Mitt Romney. I'm assuming Mitt Romney.
So what you want to do then, Nick? What you're suggesting is as Mitt Romney said on 60 Minutes this weekend, let's means test Social Security and Medicare, turn them into welfare programs so that they're easy to destroy, as Bill Clinton did with the welfare programs of the Great Society.
Yeah, actually, no, that's not what I'm saying. Although that's
well, that's always the consequence of means testing programs.
Let me put it. Wait, Tom. The fact of the matter is that Medicare and Social Security are sold as programs that people supposedly invest in and then simply get back what they put in.
Not true.
That is
not even remotely true, Nick. Come on, do your friggin' homework. No, Social Security was sold as old age and disability insurance. In fact, that was the name. That was part of the original name. It was insurance against poverty. In 1935, one of the leading causes of death among people over 65 in the United States in the winter was hypothermia. They froze to death. Social Security was invented as insurance against poverty and old age, and it cut poverty and old age by more than half.
That is certainly not how it is sold now, Tom.
It certainly is.
Certainly not how it is.
Nobody is living off Social Security.
Why do we have dedicated payroll taxes? Why do we get a statement
to make sure that those funds actually work?
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Well, if you're going to ask a question, I'll give you an answer.
We have dedicated payroll taxes that supposedly go into a Social Security account. We get a statement from the government telling us what our likely Social Security benefits will be. It is designed to mimic a retirement plan. It is not a retirement plan. The government has said, and the Supreme Court has sanctioned the fact that you have no claim for the money that you pay in Social Security taxes. It's not a retirement account. It shouldn't be taught as
it is old age insurance, and I don't know when I know about the little. I know about the little summaries that you're talking about sending out. I don't know which administration started them, but I think it was a horrible idea. But that said, I would be willing to bet it was a Republican administration.
Should millionaires get Social Security?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Millionaires should get Social Security.
Absolutely, they paid into it.
Okay. No, but they didn't pay into.
Certainly, they paid into it.
They paid taxes. They pay taxes
on their first $110,000 in income. They paid into it.
What I would argue is that it would be a better system if people who are wealthy enough and able to take care of their health care and their retirement pay for it themselves.
Nonsense, because then what you're doing is you are stratifying, classifying America
to cover people who can't pay for themselves.
You are then exacerbating class because it's a difference based on class distinctions. You are making the argument. You are making the royalist argument of, these very wealthy people are so wealthy that the programs that apply to the rest of us shouldn't apply to them because after all they're in the Koch brothers league. David Koch is taking Social Security. Why not? Doesn't hurt me
because he doesn't need it. Well, actually, it does because Social Security is not paid for out of the taxes that are collected.
There's fewer than 20,000 people in the United States who make over $1 million a year, Nick. They're taking, and an even smaller fragment of them who are over 65, they're taking Social Security. I thought you had a concern about people finishing sentences. They're taking some Social Security is not going to affect the rest of us, and it doesn't, and you know it.
No, actually, what I'm saying is that what started. You had me on to talk about should we be concerned about that? 49% of people live in households that are receiving government money. My short answer to that is yes. We should be for two reasons, and the first is that in order to pay for those benefits, we are broke. There is no way that we can.
We are broke because of Bush's insane tax benefits. Don't you remember that Bush's first State of the Union address?
Because of that, we're broke because the historical average since World War II of tax revenue equals 18% of GDP, and the historical spending since World War II has been about 20%. That's why we're broke. We're spending more than we could possibly take in tax.
Because George Bush put two wars without putting them on the books. Because George Bush created a Medicare Part D drug benefit program that didn't pay. That he didn't pay for. Because George Bush.
Why shouldn't seniors get free drugs?
What?
If they shouldn't get free drugs, then they shouldn't get free health care unless they can't pay for it.
Yeah, to hell with them. If they're poor and they're sick, just let them damn die.
That isn't what I said.
This is what George W. Bush said in his first State of the Union address. This is George W. Bush. Here he is.
Many of you have talked about the need to pay down our national debt. I listened, and I agree. We owe it to our children and grandchildren to act now. And I hope you will join me to pay down $2 trillion in debt during the next 10 years. At the end of those 10 years, we'll have paid down all the debt that is available to retire. That is more debt repaid more quickly than has ever been repaid by any nation at any time in history.
It was George W. Bush in March of 2001, and he was able to do that because Bill Clinton had raised that top tax rate without a single Republican vote in the House of Representatives, and with Newt Gingrich claiming it would cause a Great Depression, he had raised that top tax rate on rich people by 3%, and the capital gains rate was not 15%, it was 20-something percent, and therefore we had a surplus.
Bill Clinton cut the capital gains rate. Were you against that, Tom?
Eventually, yes, I was.
Okay.
And I'm also against the cuts in the corporate tax rate.
Get back to our current situation.
No, my point is, you said we're broke. I'm saying we're not broke. We got plenty of money. We are the richest country in the world. What we have is a bunch of billionaires who fund right-wing think tanks and who fund right-wing politicians who are refusing to pay their fair share.
Tom, two things. One is that the highest recorded annual rate of taxation as a percentage of GDP was 1 year under Bill Clinton, which went to 20.6% of GDP, an all-time high. He was only able to get there.
Wait a minute.
1 year.
Are you ignoring World War II?
Both Al Gore and George Bush.
Are you ignoring World War II? Are you ignoring World War II?
In recent years.
Oh, so what year are you starting this at? The day that Lord Reagan took office?
No. I'm just saying, you brought up Bill Clinton, so I was talking about that. It's the last time we had a balanced budget, right? At least
the last time we had a balanced budget was the Jimmy Carter administration. He produced two balanced budgets. And then Ronald Reagan came along and borrowed in 8 years more money than every president from George Washington to Jimmy Carter combined.
Okay, so to get back to this question, and if we're talking about old age entitlements, because most of the money that people get comes out of Medicare and Social Security, I would argue that it would be a much better world and it would be a much better economy if people who could pay their way do so.
Yes, exactly. Let's lift the cap. Let's say if you earn over $110,000, that income is going to be subject to Social Security taxes.
You're a fan of Social Security. You're a fan that everybody should get Social Security.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. If I was your investment advisor and I said, Tom, when you retire, I'm going to make sure that you're in a plan.
Social Security is not a retirement plan. If you were my investment advisor and you brought up Social Security, I would fire you. Nick Gillespie, Reason Magazine, Reason.com. Nick, thanks for dropping by.